One.
You got the slide in the background. Okay.
All right. Hey, y'all. Hey. Chuck and I are on. We will give you all maybe like 1 or 2 minutes to kind of chime
Mhm.
in, get a chance to log on and see the notification that we are live. It has been a minute since we've been on, especially Chuck and I together. I have not been on in a while. So good evening. Patrice L. Stewart here, the realist tax and business strategist with our main man and coach. Chuck is also a coach in our tax credit in a circle academy. He holds down our what is it that you do, Chuck?
Financial
Study hall.
literacy, the
Study
financial
hall.
literacy, the study hall, financial
The study
literacy
hall.
class. You know what?
Yeah.
What I do is I talk about financial literacy from a historical perspective because people don't understand where they are until I show them what happened in the past, and they're like, "Oh shit, that's where I'm at right now." It's because okay, of this happening years ago. Now it's like, "Oh my gosh, okay, now I get it." Yeah, that's what it all boils down to. See, people think that they're in this situation happenstance, but they have to go back years and be like, wait a minute, this was all set up a long time. It has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with you. It's just that there's a game being played, but we teach you what the game is, how it happens, and then it's like, okay, now you know how to maneuver because you know the rules a little bit better than you did before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, you know what? Because I'm like, it's a certain day that we call it, which is study hall for you. You
Right.
do you do study hall, so that's what I
Right.
was thinking. But you always dropping gems. So I made a post about, has it been almost a week, maybe a week ago, letting Facebook know that I had been taking your stock class, and
Yes.
so I was really excited because for me it was one of the things that I've been wanting to learn. But a lot of people, when they think of stocks, they're just thinking of the regular stock. So hold on, I'm not even gonna go there. Let me stop.
Okay.
I would like Chuck to explain, to share the information that he's sharing with you all, because Chuck did create this course and program. I'm currently in it. I would take it again with some of you all in August. Okay.
Mhm.
But I'm going to go ahead and turn the floor over to Chuck so he can actually explain and talk about what this class is. And then I can give some feedback after. We can answer a couple of questions and then we'll be off. We're not going to hold you up
Okay.
tonight, Chuck.
Can you give me 1 second? One
Okay.
second. I'm gonna turn the light on
No
because I
problem.
see my face is a little dark. I just
Oh, I was going to zoom us in a little bit, but okay, I got you. So with this stock class, you all, it's a 4 week class that he does, right? So he's doing one every single month for the rest of the year. All right. But I've been learning so much with it that I'm addicted at this point.
okay. That's a little better. You can see my face a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Got the yeah.
We can see your face. We can see your
I got it.
face.
Okay. A little bit. A little bit. Okay. Right. Okay. All right. So okay. Before we got to throw the disclaimer out there. This is for entertainment purposes only. Got to say that. Okay. I am not a certified. Um. What I. I'm not.
Financial advisor.
Yeah, I'm not a certified financial advisor. Got it. So, but that's all that's to it. But I want people to understand I am a nationally certified financial literacy instructor, which is a little bit two different things. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't tell you what to do, but I can teach you about what you're doing. There's a big difference. So when people ask me for advice, I can't give them advice, but I can teach them about what they're about to do to make a better decision. I'm the guy that you come to when the financial advisor is telling you something that you don't understand. And what I do is I break it down so that you can understand what's being told to you so that you can make a better decision. So that's what it all boils down to. So when people ask me, what they should do, what they should purchase, I'm like, I can't tell you what to purchase, but I can explain to you what you are about to purchase. And then you make the decision based on your own, because I'm not going to make the decision for you. So just take it that way. But we're here for a special reason. Okay. So the background was I've been doing this for a very long time. and I've been real quiet, but there's somebody special in my life that has dragged me out of the cave and out of the closet and told me that I need to be out in the forefront. And watching a lot of things that is happening on social media and a lot of things that are going on, I'm sitting there biting my tongue and I'm going like, you can't do that. You can't say that. I'm trying to understand how people are following certain people out there. And I'm not going to say any names without doing their homework on whatever investment they're going to do. So one of the things that we do here at the lab and what we do is we teach people about this stuff so that you can make a better decision. So that's what it all boils down to. So now, again, we're here because someone dragged me out the cave and demanded that I put myself out there and let people know who I am. So I'm doing that out of the goodness graces of a very good friend of mine. So I'm here for this. You've seen me on her platform before, but now it's a little bit different because I'm going to teach you something that I've been doing for a long time that she asked me to share with you guys. So I'm showing this to you guys. So I want you guys to understand. So there's something called stocks that everybody's talking about. And if you look at today is July 24th, 2024, and there are two big things that are happening when it comes to social media. It's uh, um, IULs and options. And that's the new buzzwords, the two new buzzwords now. So yes, I know about both of them, but I'm not going to talk about them. I don't want to talk about them. What I want to talk about is something called penny stocks. A lot of people understand stocks. One of my greatest fans out there, one of my greatest friends, well, it's a friend in my head, is Wall Street Trapper. The man is awesome. I respect him 100%. I've met him before. I'm going to meet him again. The man is awesome. I will follow him and his advice and everything. I say that because we have to advocate who we believe in. So I want to share that with you. So now there's a thing called stocks that he's doing, but there's also something called penny stocks. Penny stocks are any stock that's under $5. You might not have thousands of dollars to invest in the stock market. You might not have that to make a serious profit, but you can make a profit with penny stocks. Now, remember, we're looking at anything under $5. And if you understand the game of stocks, when it comes to high frequency trading, because that's all you're doing, you're buying and you're selling, you're buying and you're selling. When it comes to penny stocks, you can take a small amount of money and you can build that small amount of money into a large amount of money. But it takes time, it takes patience, it takes schooling, it takes understanding, and it takes training. And that's where we come in, is because I show you exactly how to do it and exactly how it's done. I show you how to read the charts. I show you trading techniques. I show you trading mentality. And mind you, this is not just me. This is years of experience because I was taught by someone that is the man. The man is amazing. The things that he taught me, and he made me understand the whole thing. And one of the things that we talk about when we look at this thing is I was taught something called systems management long time ago when I was in my 20s. And systems management is about looking at a system and being able to break it down and rebuild it. So we're talking about a system. I'm able to look at this system and tear it apart and rebuild it. So now what I've done was I've created a program when it comes to penny stocks where everyone who's taken the course after 2 weeks, they're making a profit. And they're like, oh my gosh, how am I doing this? I'm doing it because I've designed and I've trained you to look at the data and the information. We don't deal with hope. We don't deal with magic. We don't deal with anything when it comes to mystical. No, we're not doing that. We are doing fundamentals. We are doing technicals. We are looking at the charts. We're understanding that. We're looking at the numbers. And we are in and out. We're in and out. And that's all we're doing. And this is on a daily basis. So what we're looking at is we're looking for people who are capable and understanding and are willing to really get involved in this because it can change your life. I'm not making any promises to anybody. I'm not telling you that you're going to make $1,000 tomorrow. That's a lie. If you don't understand this game, you're going to be blown out the water. I would have more respect if you train in the simulation, because that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be training in the simulation. So when people tell you that they've made a whole bunch of money, my question is, where did you make it? How did you make it? And I can look at the numbers and tell if they made it. So now, when you're training in the simulation, I'd have more respect if you stayed in the simulation for 6 months and trained before you went live. My objective is not to get you to go live in 2 weeks. No, I want you to go live in 4 to 5 months. But I want you to make every single mistake that you can in the simulation. If you think about astronauts, if you think about fighter pilots, if you think about people, they simulate, 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 simulate before they go live. And this is what we do. We simulate, simulate, simulate. We make sure that we get the numbers right. We make sure we get our profit margins right. We try to understand the mistakes that we made. And this is why the simulations is so important, because it's like, wait a minute, I forgot the decimal point. I put it in the wrong place. And if you understand those decimal points, there's a difference between 10 cents and 1 cent. And there's a big difference between $1 and 1 cent. So you have to understand. So again, when you're doing this thing, I'm training you to see these things, look at the fine points, take your time, and don't rush. And like, wait a minute, you're going to get it. Like I said, if it don't hit today, it's going to hit tomorrow. If it don't hit tomorrow, it'll hit in 3 days. But trust me, it'll hit. One thing about stocks is this: once you purchase the stock, it's yours, you have it. The only thing that can happen with that stock is it loses value. And that's what people have to understand. And I explain all of this in the workshop, because if I purchase $100 worth of stocks and it loses $20 value, I still maintain $80 value of that particular stock. I can still sell that. And that's what I want people to understand. Unlike Forex, which is something a little bit different, Forex, if you lose that money, you lose it on the spot instantly and you're gone. And see, this is why I stopped teaching Forex and I started teaching penny stocks, because it's a lot more manageable and it's not as scary as Forex. Somewhere along the line, maybe next year, I'll teach another Forex class. But yes, but that's what it all boils down to. So understanding that and understanding the game and being clear that you're going to be in the simulation for several months, because that's where I want you to be. I don't want your money. I'm not going to ask you for anything. All I'm asking is that you cover the training. That's all I'm asking you for. I'm not going to ask you for anything else, because when you see after 2 weeks the profit margin that you can make, you can understand, like, wait a minute, I can do this. And that's what it all boils down to: understanding and playing the game. So I'm going to give you a little tidbit, some little things that you're going to learn in the workshop. Simply, stocks do three things, and three things only: they go up, they go down, or they flatline. That's it. And if you can understand and look at the charts to predict from past performance if they're going to go up, if they're going to go down, if they're going to flatline, you can make money off of that. And that's very simple once I train your brain to look at it. And when you see it, it's going to make so much sense to you. And I don't use the terminology that they use in high finance. I break it down so simple, so easy in layman's terms that an 8-year-old can understand it. So just remember that. It goes up, it goes down, flat lines. There is no person or app or program that can predict the way a stock is going to move 100%. And if anyone tells you that, they're lying. And I want you to understand that. One of my favorite movies is The Wolf of Wall Street. There are two scenes in there. There's the famous scene is when he's talking to Matthew McConaughey at that lunch scene. When he's talking to him, you have to watch that, because Matthew McConaughey just tells it like it is. And when you hear it, you're like, man, that's exactly how it is. So understanding that and understanding how the game is played. There's a word called speculation when it comes to the speculative markets. And this is what a lot of people don't say. What I do is I delve into what people are saying and I listen and I decipher what they're saying and I can understand it. Speculative markets, that's what we're talking to. So there's no way that you can predict 100% what's going to happen. But when you're looking at a 50-50 chance of it going up or going down, that's a strong 50-50 chance. I'd rather have that than 70-20 or 70-30 or 80, whatever. I mean, that's how it works for me. Um, so there are 2 points that you have to understand when it comes to stocks. And this is why people get all crazy is the 2 points are your entry point and your exit point. Everything in between is noise. What people do is they get caught up in the middle and they're like, oh, well, stock is going up, stock is going down. Who cares? All you cared about is your entry point and your exit point because you have already predicted, you've calculated the profit that you want to get from this particular trade. You don't care what happens in the middle. All you're worried about is, I don't care what, when it hits that marker, it's going to be filled and I'm going to snatch my profit. That's key. And I'm going to show you all that. There's all noise in between. So other than that, Patrice, what else do you want me to talk about?
How long is it? How long is your course?
Oh, of course, is 4 weeks on Monday, which is 4 consecutive Mondays, which is 8 o'clock at night. And are we going to do it on stream or we're gonna do it that way, Patrice?
We could, because we could
Okay.
record it.
Okay, we'll figure it out. Okay, we'll figure
Yeah.
it out.
It'll
Okay,
either be Zoom or StreamYard.
okay. So what I do I do Zoom. What I do is the 40-minute sessions. I do two 40-minute sessions on Mondays, and the reason why I do the 40-minute sessions is because there's so much that I can talk about, but I have to block my time and make sure that within that 40-minute session, I get what I need to get to the group and to the people because I have to make sure I time myself. And people will take you off tangent and ask you other questions. So that's why. So what we'll do is we'll start at 8, and then about 8:40 we'll shut off for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and then we'll start again at 9, and then we'll continue on. So it's 2 sessions on Mondays, so which actually comes out to 8 sessions Monday each Monday. But also I do a Wednesday session too, right, Patrice? So I do a
Yeah, I
Wednesday
was gonna say you
session,
still
right?
get on sometimes a couple of times a week, if not
Yeah.
an additional day a week with us
Right.
for
So
your
I get
basic
on
training.
right. I get on Wednesday also Wednesday night. So I block that for people who need a little extra help and understanding what I taught on Monday night. So technically you're getting more bang for your buck because I'm getting on. Yes,
At
I'm getting
least
on Wednesday.
6 days
Yeah.
a week.
Yeah. Mhm.
Right.
And
So
I what
eight
yeah.
sessions.
When I get on, I tell people I'm on so they can come and take a look and see and ask questions and what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. A lot of people ask how I look at it, and I can as I'm doing it, I can explain it, and that's one thing. One of the things that you're going to do after your second week, when you start actually trading, because again, you're trading in the simulation, you're going to be trading live with simulated money. They give you $100,000, but you're going to be trading live. You're going to be putting in live
Do a
trades as if you are on the stock market, and you're going to be putting in your exit entry points. You're going to put in your exit points, and when they're filled, you're going to look and go like, "Oh shoot, I just made $50. Oh shoot, I just made $100. Oh wow, I can do this again." And that's what it's all about. The training part again is the key. There's a excellent book called The Millionaire Traders, and you can actually find that on YouTube. And it's an awesome work. It's an awesome book. And each millionaire said the same thing. Each single millionaire, they interviewed like about 20 or 24 millionaires, and they all said the same thing. When it comes to this, they said they wish they would have stayed in the simulation at the very beginning because they wouldn't have lost so much money. All of them said the same thing because if they spent more time training, they would, and that's the key part, the training part. Like I said, if you are training for 6 months, I have so much respect for you because that means you're serious about what you want to do and you want to make sure that you get this thing right.
Yeah. Yeah. And then just the last point that I want you to make, which was pretty much kind of how you put it in perspective for me when we talked about this last year doing the 5-day wealth challenge. Um, when you pretty much was like, if you could take control of your life and think about how much income you would need to make, right? Like you gave me the example.
Oh, Right.
What's my monthly expenses? Yeah, like
Okay.
just letting them know the possibilities with when it's, with doing penny stocks versus the other ones. And then even what you
Yeah.
talked about how the dividend works with some of these companies and that you
Right.
can make that today.
Okay. If you let's do the dividend part because people talk about dividend. Dividends are great. Dividends are good for people who want dividends. That's fine. But if you look at dividends, how much dividend are you actually going to get from a company? Dividends are monthly, they're quarterly, they're biannual, or they're annual. So if you think about a monthly dividend, that's one time a month that you're actually getting paid from this company. A quarterly means you're getting paid every 3 months a dividend. So that is okay if you like that. And a lot of people say they live off dividends, but in the workshop, I show you what they have to do to actually live off dividends. And it's a whole lot of money that they actually have to put up at the very beginning for them to live off dividends. And
Yeah,
it's a whole lot of money. I'm going to show you the numbers, and it just doesn't make sense. So people say, their dividend, they living off dividends. I'm like, okay, all right, we'll see.
my grandparents did,
Oh, that's
but
different.
not now.
Oh,
Well,
no,
not in
no,
our day and
no,
age.
not now, not now. So
Yeah,
now, so okay, so what we're looking at is Patrice asked me to explain this. So one of the things I'm going to teach you guys is this, and you're going to hear it again, is this. You have to understand, I call it your operating costs, your personal operating costs. And I don't get nosy. I don't need to know your personal operating costs. What is your pop? You need to know your personal operating costs. So
exactly.
what that is your rent, your mortgage, your car note, your food, your utilities, all your bills. That's the budget. How much do you spend to live at the lifestyle that you are now? You need to know that. I'm never going to ask you what it is. So once you know that, let's say it's $2,000. Let's just say what you're going to do is you're going to take that 2,000, you're going to divide it by 20. Okay, that's how much money you need to make in the market every single day. Plus a little extra because I have to teach you the business part of it because there's something called capital gains tax. So you understand you have to pay taxes on that money. We do everything above board. Is that correct, Patrice?
Correct.
We do everything above board. So I'm not going to tell you the under the table stuff. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let you know that. So when you say when you made $100, okay, well, take away tax. You got to do that. So that's the key. So you're going to have to make a little bit more extra. So if your profit is $20 a day or $50 a day, you can make that and still work. You can make that and still work. Patrice, just this today's the 24th, right? Patrice, were we not almost done by 12 o'clock?
We're making the money today. Yeah.
By
Before
12, we were
12,
almost about
like 11:20, like
right,
11:20 a.m.
right. And in the simulation. And the funny thing is, we we did not invest a whole lot. If you look at it, we didn't invest a whole lot. So that's the key. So now we were done by 12. Some of our trades still didn't get filled, but we were strong enough to know that if we wanted to kill the rest of them, we could have killed them. So that's the fun part about it.
Right.
And the thing about what I love about this is after your second week, your whole world is going to change because you are going to be like you're going to be so focused. You're going to be like, wait a minute, hold on. And
Yeah,
I show
I
you,
gotta be up in the morning like me.
show,
Like how you got
I
me.
show,
I
so,
am not
so,
an early morning person. You said the stock opens at 9 a.m. in Chicago. It's 8
nine, no,
it's
it
9
opens
a.m. in New York.
9:30, 9:30, 9:30. So it opens at 8:30 where you are. Yes,
Okay,
8:30.
8:30
Right.
where I am. So you was like, you gotta be up no later than 9
Okay.
on that computer.
Because
This last week I've been up at 8 a.m. on this computer. Like, okay, where my trades at? What's going
right.
on? Like
So
I'm
see,
addicted.
see, see. So here's the trick. The trick is, and I'm gonna show you all of this. The trick is to do the research the night before and put your trades in when the market is closed. So when the market opens the next day at 9:30, it's in the queue.
Right.
So all it's doing is just waiting
To
to
buy.
populate. It's waiting to fill. It's waiting to fill. Once it's filled, oh, I own 1,000 shares, or I own 1,000,000 shares of XYZ. I own 1,000,000 shares now. Remember, we're talking about anything less than $5. I
$5,
own, so we're looking at the numbers. I just purchased, I'm filled. I own it. I got it. I got 1,000,000 shares of XYZ at 0.0001. I got it. 1,000,000 shares. Okay, now I don't want this. I want to sell it. I got it. I want to sell it. I want to make money. So if I spent $100, because that's what it is, $100, 1,000,000 shares at 0.0001, that's $100. I want to sell it. I want to sell it at 0.0002. What's going to happen? My money doubles. So now I just wait, and then boom, the order's filled. I just made a profit of $100. And then we do it again, and then we do it again, and then we do it again.
You do it again. Exactly.
and then we do it again, and then we do it again. So that's all that's to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to train you how to do it. We're going to show you how to do it, and it's going to change. It's going to change your life. So Patrice, it's been 3 weeks now.
It's been 3 weeks now. This is our third week.
3 weeks, and what's funny? Patrice got it. Patrice got it. So I'm very proud. I'm very happy because she got it. One of the things that I'm looking at is you have to get over the fear of the numbers. You have to get over that fear. A lot of people I'm dealing with, they're doubting themselves because they don't believe the numbers. And once I break it down, it's so simple. I give you a formula.
Yep.
I give you, all you got to do is plug in the numbers. When you plug in the numbers, you're like, that's it. That's plug in the numbers, and I teach you how to input the numbers on the platform. And it's like, that's all you got to do. And all you got to do is wait. Just wait. And when it generates, when it populates, when it fills, get rid of it. Just because you don't want it. You want to get rid of it. So that's the fun part. So this is one way of generating income without working, without going into a 9 to 5, but also learning a skill that you can believe in yourself. So simply what it's called is, what people are doing is, if you have a mutual fund, if you have stocks, if you're doing whatever, a lot of times it's called assets under management. You've given your power up to somebody else to manage your assets. We're not going to do that. We're going to manage our own assets. So there are ways that you can actually contact the companies that you're already with, and you can tell them what you want to invest your money in. And they have to do that if they have this service when it comes to penny stocks. But that's the fun part. Now, if you understand anything about the Wolf of Wall Street, how did he make his money? He made his money via penny stocks. And it says that in the movie. It does that. It tells you right in the movie. Yeah.
I didn't know that until you had shared that with me, that he made the money off of penny stocks.
Yeah.
So I made a post too on Facebook the other day. Like, if any of y'all want to get in this stock class, go back and watch The Wolf of Wall Street, because Chuck always talk about that movie.
That's one of my favorite movies. Yeah. That's one of my favorite. And I'll send you the link so that you can see it's like, there are movies out there that are wonderful. But yeah, everybody knows that again. But put it this way: after you take my workshop, when you watch The Wolf of Wall Street, you're gonna appreciate it so much better, because you're gonna understand what's going on. It's like, oh my gosh, that's what I'm doing. I was like, oh my gosh, look at the money that they're making. Oh my gosh, I can do that too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you do have a limit on the people of the class that you take.
Yes.
So Chuck, what is the limit that you have on your monthly class? And then also, what information for anyone who wants to get started and join the class tonight? Right. But Amuse said he made his illegally, but I get the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he made his illegally, but I get the point.
Who's that? The Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah, I think that's what he's talking about.
Okay. We'll yes, but we can debate that, because we can debate that, because he was doing some insider trading. There's more to it, but he started out with
with the penny
He
stocks
started
itself.
out with when he got fired from the job. Yeah, he started with the penny stocks. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So okay, simply Zelle, but um, we got the two setups. We got the Zelle, which I can type. You want me to type in my you want me to type it in, Patrice?
Are you okay with it? Putting it
Um,
out there?
uh, n- no.
You
How
got
can
to update your Zelle to your email
I,
and
I
not
I think it
phone.
is to my okay. That's what I'll do. Okay.
That's what you got to do. But
Okay.
for now, so Chuck only takes 10 people. Okay.
I'm going to take 20 because of you.
Right. I did ask him if he would be willing to take a little more people because we had so many people interested.
Right.
But we'll see, Chuck, because people always say that they're interested, but everybody doesn't
Uh,
commit,
the the
right?
first the first 20. After
That's
that,
it.
there's a waiting list. I don't go over because I need to be able to control the group. I need to be able to control. I want people to have access to me, and if it's too much, I get overwhelmed.
Of course, of
Yeah.
course.
So
Because you
20.
have been very intimate with us. I'm gonna say
Yes.
that. You have
And I
been
want to I
very
want to
intimate
keep
with us.
that. Yeah, I want to keep that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a session tomorrow with somebody for an hour, just them and myself, because they don't understand the formula. I'm like, oh my gosh. But again, that's what it is.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's the other thing why we love Brother Chuck, because he's and I are very much alike. He's teaching you how to fish, right? As we say, we like to lead you to the water so that way you will know how to always make money for yourself and your family, right? That's what this is really all about. Chuck has
Yes.
been doing this, but as Chuck said, I have been bumping his shoulders along the way, and it says, Chuck, the world needs you. You got some great information here. And so I was ecstatic when he decided to do this class. I joined immediately. So I made a post last week on Facebook. And so that's the reason why we're even on here tonight, kind of explaining things, going over a little bit. The next class starts August 5th. All right.
Correct. Yes.
So he is taking registration right now. What I will say is if you are interested, let me put next class starts next class. So the next class starts August 5th, which is a Monday. That's the first Monday of August. Um, so this is what I'm gonna do, Chuck. If they want to put if they want to go ahead and get in with you, I'm going to put your email. But what they can also do is they can text me, text
Okay.
my number.
Okay, good.
They can text stock, and then that way we can send you all his Zelle link. Chuck is old school. He doesn't do all the social media and all that stuff and the different
Yeah.
platforms. So he only takes Zelle, which I understand because a lot of us do. A lot of people do in business. 253-8668.
Now, yes, but it's and I get the again the reason. Okay, put it this way. All I can say is this: 4 weeks with me, your life is going to change. Everything that I show you, you can teach your family members.
Exactly.
So I had a conversation with someone today, and they asked me why I underpriced my workshop. And I let them know that I underprice it because I know what I'm doing. And if I need to make some, I know how to make it. And you will see once you start trading, you will be like, I'm good. Yes.
Okay, I just got two people that just text now, so I
Okay.
will send them the link. So the young lady asked on Facebook, do we have a registration? So we do have a registration site. So if
Yes.
you want to if you text Chuck, if you text stock to my number and you want to Zelle Chuck, it's a flat 149, and then we'll add you to the email list. You'll get a email, and then you'll be able to get added to the Zooms. Okay. I am taking cards for Chuck, but it is an extra $6, so it'll be $155 if you decided to pay with a card. Okay. I can't put the link to that, but I want Chuck to verify the information on that link before we do that. So Miss Phenom, I will still text me, because then that way I could send you the link to pay with a credit card, or you could Zelle Chuck, either way. But I will still text my phone number that I put up here. Then that way we make sure we get your information in. Because the other thing is we got to keep up with who's with who's registering,
Yeah.
and then I can also respond to you that way and say, hey, you're in class, we got you in, or we'll need to set you up for September. Chuck did say he'll do this for the next couple of months in the year. So if
Yeah.
August, gets full, then we'll let you all know that, so that way you can register for September. And then Chuck, if there anything else that you want to say before we get off, we've only been on 35 minutes, so that's not
Right.
bad.
Simply is that this is an investment in your future, and I'm not going to say the buzzwords. I'm not going to say uh, uh, the GW, which is the generational wealth. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say none. I'm not going to say none of that. All I'm going to say is your investment will prove after the second week, when you start trading in the simulation and you understand what's going on, and you will be like, oh my gosh, no one ever taught me this. Remember, rich people don't teach poor people. I'm telling you right now, they have a whole different language, a whole different conversation. They do things different than we do. What we do is we sneak in there and we learn what they're doing, and we bring it back to the people. That's what we do. I figure, who stole fire from the gods and brought it down to man? This is what we do. We bring the information, we break it down into terms that you understand. One of the things again, Patrice, we talked about this. I used to do this workshop for free, and nobody showed up. Remember
You
I
did.
said that? I
Yes,
used to do this
you did.
workshop for
You used
free,
to
and
do
nobody showed
workshop
up.
for free.
So now I have to put a price on it, because one of my mentors taught me that people who pay attention, and that's why. So now, when you decide to come in, I know you're going to show up. I know you're going to show up because you paid. Look at it this way: you're paying to go see a movie, right? You don't want anybody talking through the movie. You want to watch. You want to watch the movie, enjoy the movie. So this is all that's to it. So when you come and you do this, you're going to be like, oh my gosh. And well, I'll put it this way: if you do it right, again, everything is simulation. You're not investing any more money in this or in us. It's just, this is a one-time flat fee. But understand that when you go live, when I show you how to go live and the whole thing, when you start trading, you can make this back in a day if you know what you're doing, or
Come on.
2 days. It's like wait a minute, hold on. If I but you guys don't know this. You guys are going all by faith. But I'm telling you, when you see it, you guys are gonna be like, oh my gosh, nobody taught me this.
Nobody talk. And
I
this is
would
what they don't. This is why our academy is called "What They Don't Teach You in School." The
right.
academy that Chuck and I have, and that, like I said, Chuck is a mentor in that academy. It's called "What School Won't Teach You," because we literally are sharing stuff with you all that we should have learned in school. All the stuff that we wasted in time in school, none of that crap you use today. Probably 3%, if that,
Mhm.
right? But what Chuck is getting ready to show you over these next 4 weeks, you all, and that was why I wanted to share it, was this is life changing. Like, so many people on the internet saying they don't have this, they can't do this, your jobs, this and that. Baby, if you learned and understood money, how Chuck is teaching us in this workshop, because he's not just going over the penny stocks itself. He's talking about financial principles, things that we have to do, your habits that you have to change. We say it all the time. You have to unlearn the way that American society taught us, and we have to relearn,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
But instead of getting on this internet arguing with y'all back and forth, and y'all want to argue about what president and what's happening and what's going on, baby, get your money together. Okay, let's just say that before we leave here tonight. Understand money and how you're going to make some and how you going to be okay in this economy. Because while you are on the internet arguing about which president going to be over you, okay, remember how your neighborhoods look.
Right.
All right, remember how your neighborhoods look, because nothing in your communities have changed no matter what president is in office. So
Correct.
stop getting so emotional about politics and learn what really matters, which is
Right.
money, because
Right.
that's what we spend every single day in this country. You can't walk outside without spending a dollar. All
Correct.
right. So at least learn how to make that dollar back. And that's it. Y'all go back to arguing on the internet when you want to, but take these 4 weeks and understand and listen to this man and learn something that's going to actually change your life versus arguing with people on the internet. That's not going to happen. Right. So that's my end. Chuck, what you got? Yeah.
Two
I'm
points.
responding to people text messages.
Okay, 2 points. I'm a big fan of the show called Billions. I mean, I'm a nerd. I'm a geek. I watch Billions. I watch Succession. But Axe said something so profound in Billions, and this is why Patrice and I, it's amazing. Everyone has access to the information. We just know how to analyze it better. Everything I'm going to teach you, you already have access to, but I'm going to show you what it's all about, and it's going to make a whole lot of sense. Second thing I want to point out is this. As Patrice talked about this internet thing, one of the things that you have to be, well, I shouldn't say be careful, but you have to pay mindful of associations. And you always see people associated with certain people. You have to be very eye open to what's going on and watch who's not with who. Got it? So there are certain people that I rock with and certain people I don't rock with. It's for a reason. And you guys need to understand that. So I'm talking cryptically without crapping on anybody else. But understand that those who know. That's all I'm going to say. Those who know. Yes. And this is why Patrice has me on this platform, because she knows. She took her database, her information, what she knew, and she vetted me. So she felt that I was worthy enough to sit next to her and be on a platform next to her. And it's the same thing. I vetted her and I was like, that's the type of person I want in my circle.
3 years, man. Dang.
Yeah, it's been 3 years. Oh my God.
The 3 years, 21.
Oh my gosh, 3 years.
21.
3 years. Yeah.
21.
Oh my gosh. We've been rocking for 3 years. And we did a whole lot together.
March of 21, when that video went viral.
We did a whole lot together. I tell people, when I saw that video, and I was like, I gotta meet this sister because she is no joke. And I was like, and when we met, it was like, okay, that's my sister right there. So we rocking. So that's all that's to it. And this is why I talk about that birds of a feather. It's like, okay, you be very careful of who you align yourself with, and you guys are going to get it. And this is one of the thing about the course is this: you're never finished, but after you take the 4 weeks, you can have a conversation with somebody about this stuff, and you can actually understand if they are bullshitting or not just by listening to them. Exactly. So when someone says, you need to purchase XYZ stock, you can say, okay, I don't want to hear anything else. I know what to do. I know how to look up their financials. I know how to look up their numbers. I know how to look them up when it comes to other information and data. That's all I need. So now if you're telling me something, I'm going to go check myself and make sure what you're telling me is legit. And that's what we do.
And he shows us that. That's what I'm saying. He shows us how to check, how to verify. So like, no matter who you talking to, you can go in and do your own research and see for yourself. That's why I was like, oh heck no. We gotta share this with the community, man. We gotta put the people on, man.
Got it. We're gonna put them on. We're gonna put them on.
I have 5 people that have texted and asked about Zelle. So you already had 2 people. If all 5 pay tonight, then that's 7, and we'll have 3 spaces left in the August class. Oh no, you said you'll take up to 20.
I said I'll take up to 20. Yes.
Okay. So remember, if you Zelle, it's $149. If you pay with the card on my link, it's an additional $6, so it's $155.
Yeah.
Um, and then I'm having them send me their email as
Okay,
well, Chuck, so
that's
then that
fine.
way we could just keep the list rolling once confirmed.
That's fine. That's great. That's fine.
Okay. So we are done. We'll keep this replay up for you all to come back in later and chime in. Um, if you are in, no, that's it. We start in we start in 2 weeks. I was gonna say if you are in the academy.
Okay. So that's 8 p.m. East Coast time. I'm on the East Coast, so we have to be mindful of that.
Right.
Yes,
So
I'm on the East
7
Coast.
p.m. Chicago time,
Right.
Central Standard Time.
So yeah, we have to be mindful of that. Yeah. And
Right.
you,
Our
yeah,
night classes. So no excuses.
right. 8 o'clock on the East Coast. So yeah, you got it. So that's 5 o'clock on the West Coast. Okay, which is good time. Which is good. And again, and like Patrice, I'm flexible. If you can't make it, I'll have an extra workshop, an extra class for people who can't make it, but they have to be committed. They have to be committed. Yes,
Okay.
that's it. Got it?
Got it.
Cool.
We
All
did
right.
good on the timing,
Oh,
46 minutes.
oh, it's good. All right,
Yeah,
sis.
we did good.
All right, sis. All right.
All
Yeah.
right, brother. We got trades to look at before I go lay down tonight. So we getting off of here. We
Well,
got some research.
before we get off, tell them about the ones I gave you last night.
Okay.
Tell them about the ones I gave you last night.
The ones you gave me last night, 4 of them hit.
Okay.
And then I think we did almost $1,000.
No,
I
I
never
think
I didn't add it up. Was it
I,
more?
now remember, guys, this is all in the simulation. This is what you're going to experience, all in the simulation. But imagine if this were real, what you can do. But I think that you were stuck because there was something else that was filled.
There
I
was something
can't.
else to still, but I
But you
wasn't
didn't.
on my computer.
You wasn't on a computer.
So
And
I missed my beat. And see,
right.
that's the importance that you teach us once we're putting them in the night before, because I was rushing and I got in late and I put the wrong decimal.
Ah.
Yep. And so when it hit, I didn't get it at that point because I put the wrong decimal point. That's what I shared with you earlier. I said, I missed it. He was like, no, you didn't miss it. You still good. So
Right, got it. All right, okay,
yeah.
we got it. So it's going to be great. The next yeah. So the next date. Okay, so I don't know if you want to do something again, but
We could do another live.
we'll do
We
it.
can get him an update on when we could do another one either this weekend or next week.
Okay, it'll be next week because this, the weekends are okay.
The weekends are a lot, right?
Yeah,
So we'll probably come on again next week, just to kind of update you all to kind of see where we are. If
yeah,
the class for August has been filled.
let's do next Wednesday. And okay, what I'll do is on the next week we do it. I'll show them the formula, one of the formulas. How's that?
You gonna try to get them a little something?
I'll show them one of the formulas, and there's only 2 you need. I'll show them the first formula.
Okay.
Okay, got it. That's on the next one. So give you an idea of how it works.
Larita, the movie was Wolf of Wall Street. And then Malika, thank you so much for joining. Malika says looking forward to August 5th. She's probably one of the ones that text. We did get 2 people, Chuck, that said they sent their payment. And then, we got 3 people. So I want you to check that once we get off of here.
Gotcha. Okay.
Jeannie says, I'm excited. Thanks for the info. I'm interested in learning how to transfer some managed to self-managed funds. There we go, Jeannie.
Right. Called assets under management. Now you're talking self-managed. I got it. Exactly.
Because we all should know how to do that. Because we saw what happened in 2008 with the big crash.
So here's what happens with assets under management, and these are things that people have to understand. You give your money to someone that's going to manage your assets. No matter what happens to that asset, if it increases or decreases, they still get paid.
Yeah.
They still get paid a service fee. Yeah. So if your asset decreases by 10, 20%, they're still going to get their piece. Yeah. So it's like, what? And you're managing my asset and you're not doing a great job. Why am I still paying you? You know
Exactly.
what? Give it back. Let me go ahead and manage it myself.
Yep.
Got it. All you got to do is just learn how. Okay, you know what? Because you guys
That's
getting ready
gonna
to
take him
talk
into a whole nother.
about IULs. So I'm getting, but we're gonna do another one on IULs. So we're gonna, like I said, we have all the same information, but we analyze it better. That's the key. Got it. Okay, that's
I'm
it.
excited for you, Jeannie. Let's roll. We're gonna get off because Chuck will keep going. This is his thing, y'all. How
Okay. Yeah, I got to get off. We want people to go home tonight. So I want for home. I always give homework. That's the educator in me. I want everyone to watch um the Wolf of Wall Street.
okay, that's the
Watch
homework.
watch the Wolf of Wall Street. Yes,
You
watch
want to
the
you want to meet on Tuesday or Wednesday night?
um what nights work for you?
Wednesday
Tuesday.
will be better because you know I got class
Well,
Tuesday.
no, Wednesday. Wednesday's good.
Yeah,
No, Wednesday's good.
and
Yeah.
I'm gonna be out of town, but I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna be out of town at a conference, but I'll get on. We can still get on at 8.
Wednesday is good.
Okay,
That's it. It works for me. And
cool.
then I'll if I can I'll show the first formula
Okay,
so that people can play with it.
okay.
Okay, got it. All right, sis.
And Chuck wanted to give y'all some stuff. See. All right, we out.
All right.
Let us know if y'all want to get in for August. We here. Have a
Thank
good
you.
night. Thank
Good
you,
night.
everybody
Good
that
night, all.
joined.
Good night.
Alice say, look, it's time. Escape the rat race with this, okay?
Yes.